Live. All right. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to Asarin Odetta. Thank you for being the first one here. Asarin says all the way from Guyana. Weren't you in the UK just not too long ago? And I think Guyanese people are able to travel to the UK visa free also, right? If I'm not correct, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, shout out to Asarin. Thank you for being the first one in this morning with us. Shout out to everybody else tuning in. Long story short, I tried about 5 times to start this live this morning. Let me do the intro first, then I can talk. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Extra special, big up, shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers, the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to the school bus drivers. Shout out to crossing guards, law enforcement personnel, military personnel. Shout out to the nurses and all those in the medical field. Shout out to every single clean-hearted, good-hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. If you're up and out to get it this morning, or you coming home from work so you can go get some sleep because you got to do it all over again, then you're the kind of people I'm talking about. Progressive, productive, hardworking people. Shout out to you. Big up and thank you for being here this morning. All right, I have enough people here now. I can say it. Our topic is off this morning. I tried 5 times to start this video from 15 minutes ago. And each time it got all the way to the end. Right when we get ready to start, everything just shut down. And it says something went wrong. On the screen says something went wrong. Try again. Erased all the information I put in. So my original title for this video is not there. As soon as I put in, let's talk, and didn't add anything else to it, went through and we're live. If we're experiencing any difficulties throughout this live, please let me know. And as a result of that, also the chat was open this morning because I could not close it. Black Goddess Henry says it's buffering already. See? And we just troubleshoot, did the restart and everything yesterday. I don't know. Beyond my control. If it's buffering too bad, we're just going to leave it alone, man. We can fix the buffering. Vicky says blame your internet provider. I don't know. I don't know. We tried all that. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning. Good morning, family. How you doing?
I'm good. Oh, you see the things they're contributing everything.
Can't hear you, you know.
Then I have your phone people know
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
you're not to know Bluetooth. You're not to know Wi-Fi. So why you can't hear me?
Because I can't hear. Well, the people can't hear you either. It's not me alone. I don't know why. You sound like you're underwater.
I believe it. Most of the time, people don't
You on what? You on Bluetooth?
No, I wouldn't.
You have me on speaker?
No.
Okay, when you say no, it sounds clear though. Say what you were saying before again.
So I'm saying to you, no, this you can control everything. You heard you put up something. You went like, and by the time it start, everything goes up.
5 times.
So you see that they are controlling everything. So I believe long time everything is supposed to be a touch of property.
Okay.
I understand that it's buffering. We'll answer nothing more, but
All
a
right.
long time I showed up look today.
All right. All right. She was saying that they're controlling everything, and like I said, I tried to go live 5 times, put in all the information, everything, and right when I hit live, everything closed down, and it says something went wrong, and I kept doing it, and it kept giving me the same results until I didn't put anything in at all. I just went, let's talk, and went straight through. There's no description on this video this morning. There's nothing, and it finally went live when I did that. So the caller that we couldn't hear too good was saying, I've told you a long time ago that they're controlling everything. Hey, if it's beyond our control, it's beyond our control, right? Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Hey, you try to upgrade your hard drive?
I tried rebooting the system. I tried calling the server and having them troubleshoot it, and then we did it ourselves as well at the here.
Yeah, that don't make no sense, man. I hope you figure it out though.
Right. I hope so too.
I'm warning everybody.
All right, manners and respect.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I it's beyond my control. I don't know why it's buffering all the time like that. You know, and I don't see it on my end when I'm buffering. That's why I need somebody to tell me off the screen you're buffering, because I'll just keep talking. Because for me, it looks good. But when I watch it back later on, I notice the buffering. Tension boiling over between citizens of Orange County and immigrants. You said it last week. Yes. You see, the people that I told you about will not allow certain things to happen. You saw that they took to the streets, right? Face masked up in their colors and flags. Okay. So the topics that we were going to talk about this morning was Jamaica to become a cashless society. That was the first one. The second one was the fundraising. Let me get this. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Hey, have you tried turning off your device completely and clearing the cookies and the cache of whatever device you're using? Like, try that. It might work.
Okay.
Because if you've got too many cookies and shit like that from like other stuff you might have been doing, like just clear your history, and I think it'll fix it. Working IT, so
okay, I'll give it a try.
I thought you're buffering bad though.
I'm buffering bad.
Really bad, yeah.
All right, check this out. We're not going to talk this morning. If I'm buffering really bad, we'll leave it till tomorrow morning, okay? I'll put out a series of videos today. Thank you. I appreciate you. We'll go through all the troubleshooting again today. All right? All right.
No, don't.
All right, listen. If I'm buffering really bad for a lot of people, we're not going to do the live this morning. I'll do some different type of troubleshooting today, deeper troubleshooting today, and we'll come back tomorrow morning. I'll probably put out a series of videos today that you can. Somebody says try some more, but on the can't see me out here, me Vicky. See, some people are saying it's not bad for them, and some people are saying it is bad for them, which lets me know that it's probably not my system. I can't see or hear you, one person says. Breaking up will exist, and I'm not buffering. Kaitai Joy Empress says no buffering, says Shay. I'm good, says BM. Nicola Coleman says it's buffering really bad. I can hear and I can see. You good, not buffering. We good over here. We good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm seeing HD clear, not having a problem, not buffering, not buffering. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. You clear. It's not. Okay, so a few people are buffering. Listen, I'm just going to keep talking then, right? Right? All right, let's get on with it. The first one we were going to talk about this morning was Jamaica to become a cashless society. Jamaica to become a cashless society. All right. And, you know, the Right Honorable Andrew Holness made a speech yesterday which covered that pretty much. And he was right to the point about it. So there's not no hiding around trying to make you a cashless society by surprise. He's letting you know that that's where we're heading and that's what's going to take place. He's telling the crowd or telling the people, don't be afraid of these new changes that are coming. Jamaica will become a cashless society. We're going to talk some about that, right? We're going to talk some about that. Then there's a fundraiser for a Marine, ex-Marine, Daniel Penny. His fundraiser hit $2 million yesterday, Sunday. $2 million. Daniel Penny was riding the subway and he there was a guy on the subway who has a long history of mental health issues, and Daniel Penny put him in a chokehold and killed the man, right? And then he was subsequently charged, and out came the support and the outpouring of support. He posted his bond and he walked out of jail yesterday. $2 million. It so happens that he is a white man, and the person who he strangled to death was a black man. We got a lot to talk about right there, just in that little thing. And then the third one and last one for the morning was, why do black women get hostile online in the comment section towards black men who have white girlfriends or white wives? Yet, the same black women praise and admire other black women who have white husbands or white boyfriends. Those are our three topics for this morning. I will update everything later. 5G Entertainment says if you can't update the title, I can't update it now. Once this live start, you have to roll with whatever you have here. So I will update it later and I will make the icon later. It will look more attractive. It won't be me on the screen. I will update all the information that goes in there, the description of the video and everything later on, right? I tried it 5 times this morning, putting in all that stuff, and it shut down right when I hit go live. So this time I hit let's talk and went, no info, and here we are. It actually went live, which is kind of weird, but okay, whatever. Where do we start this morning? Weird, choking someone for 9 minutes. He choked him for 15 minutes, actually. Choked him for 15 minutes. So where do we go from here? Which one do you want to start with? Do you want to start with Jamaica becoming a cashless society? Do you want to start with the fundraiser for Daniel Penny hitting 2 million? Or do you want to start with why do black women get hostile online? Talk to me. You have 60 seconds, and whatever you choose is what I'm rolling with. The one about black women, NK says, Dorothy T says fundraiser. BM says anyone goes. Tracy Ann Gordon says Jamaica. Michelle Howell says cashless, that's Jamaica. Rojani says Jamaica, that's Jamaica at the head. Penny takes second. Is he the subway stranger? Bob Cosmic, Kaitaja, Empress, Jamaica. Cashless says yes, that's Jamaica, Jamaica again. Fundraiser. 15 minutes. How many stops is that on the F train? Bob Cosmic says, Rosalind Smichael says, anyone. Ali says, cashless, cashless. It looks like Jamaica it's going to become a cashless society. We need about 10 more cashless, cashless, cashless. Okay, Jamaica, cashless, cashless. 6 stops, more cash or less. Jamaica it is. Jamaica to become a cashless society. And on the left, we have Jamaica coming in on. All right. So, listen. I told y'all, was it last week or the week before? I said, pay attention to something that is going on that I see. 2 things I noticed in Jamaica. Now, I might be some conspiracy theorist. They might call me or whatever. I don't know. I'm just saying my observation. My observation was those robberies that were taking place, or attempted robberies that were taking place. Those were taking place those look like those were people who were trained. People who were trained were doing those. Whatever the big agenda was behind that, I don't know. But I'm observing the people who were doing the robberies. The robbers looked like trained people. And I said to you, this is going to only lead Jamaica to becoming a cashless society faster. Because if you think about it, if we don't have any beryllium or any of these companies that transport large sums of money, like the Brinks or whatever, if we don't have any of those, and we don't have people walking around with cash, we don't have ATMs. Imagine that. You don't even have ATMs. ATMs will be a thing of the past, just like the old cell phone, just like the beeper. For those of you who are old enough and you were here when the beeper was out, before we had a phone, you had to have your beeper on your side. And when you got your beep, you had to have quarters and you had to go find a public phone somewhere close by and make a call from the public phone, right? Nobody was getting robbed for their iPhone 13 upgrade of expensive phone because we didn't have those. It didn't exist, right? All right. How fast do we get here? Here it is. In declaring that there is no reason for Jamaica to fear the country's rapid transition towards becoming a digital society, Prime Minister Andrew Holness is urging its citizens to embrace the change towards technology. Digital is the way, he said, and so every Jamaican must become digital in their thinking. And that means you must have access to the internet. And that is what the government is using this significant amount of resources, $500 million Jamaican dollars, to put up Wi-Fi access all across the country, Holness indicated. Now, I did see these people don't do anything with no reason. I saw a few months ago Wi-Fi hotspot put up in certain communities, and it's completely for free. And I was like, yo, that's nice, right? In Jamaica, because I see people in Jamaica, them go to the bank and they lean up outside of the bank. And it's like a lot of them lean up outside of Scotia or whatever the other one called, and they're not in line. They aren't doing any transactions. They are there to get internet from the bank. And that's how they get online. And them dep online I cuss you out sometime to, until security guard come out and say, move from here, sir. If you're not going inside, move up, move up. And then, the conversation ends with whoever you're talking to. Me and wife used to joke and say, how come this person always a cuss we out, and then halfway through the cussing, the conversation cut and they never show up again? When we're in Jamaica, we observed that people lean up on the side of the bank. So obviously it's going to be a good thing if they start putting free internet service in communities, right? Where people can access the internet. This is Andrew Holness talking. He said that in order to do so, to move into this wave of a cashless society, we're going to need access to the internet. And this is why they are investing $500 million Jamaican dollars to put up Wi-Fi access all across the country so that Jamaicans can have access to the internet now. He was addressing last week's commissioning service for free community Wi-Fi access points in his West Central St. Andrew constituency at the Andrews Muse Recreational Park. In his spirited presentation, Andrew Holness outlined the many ways in which the country is moving towards becoming a fully digital society. Fully digital society, pointing to the establishment of the National Identification System, the NIDS, and the digital transformation on the island's security forces. In Jamaica, in a lot of places, you go to make a police report, they might record, right? But they write down, and they have books that keep log. Same thing for the prison and so on. They have books that keep log, who came to visit, who went in, who got released today. So if anything ever happens and they have to go back, that was one of the issues with the Klansman Wandan gang trial. They were accusing that's why some of the guys got off, because they were accusing them of stuff and they were saying, yes, it's him, and I know it's him. Witness says he was there with them, and all the lawyer said was, my client couldn't have been with you because my client was locked up at Horizon at this particular time. Let's go over to Horizon and check the books. Now, here's the problem. Them books could easily be scrubbed, and you put in your new date and say, okay, this is when he was there. Butcher the books and say that's when he was there. So finally, they're getting law enforcement on board with the digital thing. If you live in the States or in Canada or in the UK, if the police pulls up behind you, they can automatically run your tag on your car, right? Your tag on your car, if it's your car and it's registered to you, or if it's a rental car that you rented in your name, is going to tell them right away where you live, your height, everything that's on your driver's license is going to pop up in front of them. Also, what's going to pop up in front of them is if you owe any child support, if there's a warrant out for your arrest, all these things. So they will know once they interact with you, okay, he's going down. We have to take him in. There's a Class A warrant for his arrest right here, blah, blah, blah. You're thinking it's for your backlight. It's for an arrest warrant from New York, but you're all the way in Florida, right? That's how the system works here. It's all connected, the web. It's all connected. It seems like Jamaica is finally getting to that point where they'll be able to do stuff like that. I was saying to myself, though, how come we're heading so fast towards a cashless society and they have the resources to make this happen, but still they don't have a system where a national DNA database. They don't have a national DNA database. I don't know if you know it, but it's not customary by law once you're arrested in Jamaica for fingerprints to be taken and for a mugshot to be taken, and you are kept in a database. In the US, once you're arrested, you go right into the database. All your biometrics goes into the database. In Jamaica, it's not so. I've seen people arrested and weeks later, an order is sent out to have fingerprints taken. So it's a whole different system, one that I don't fully understand. However, let's talk about this. So further, he said, this is what Andrew Holness said, towards Jamaica will move towards, as we're rapidly moving toward becoming a fully digital society, meaning cashless society. He said that people won't be going to an ATM no more. Some man know if you go be afraid when time them go to the ATM if somebody might run up back at them and rob them and all that, right? Further, he said that the banks are also moving very rapidly. The banks are towards digitizing their services, which he noted is an indication that it is too expensive to deal with cash transactions. So, suddenly, I don't want it to be a scary thought for you, but it is a thought that we all have to embrace instead. He said the senior citizens and the persons who are generally skeptical and afraid of the country's digital transformation, they will be supported by the government through digital cohorts and youths trained in technology. I don't know if I left my stove on. Hold on there. I do this all the time. Babe, if you're watching, please go check the stove for me, please. I don't know, me just make some tea, some bay leaf tea and fever grass, and I don't know if I smell the tea or if I smell it burning on the stove, you know, when the water boil out of the pot, and I just the bay leaf and the fever grass burn like incense in the house. I'm hoping that's not what it is. All right. All right, wifey answer. Okay, so if Jamaica has all these resources, I'm concerned. I'm concerned about a couple of things. I already knew. Let me tell Jamaica, don't be afraid. Whatever changes you see coming, most of you are probably going to be afraid because of your religion and biblical stuff, because they'll be quoting scriptures to you, and they'll be telling you that these are the end times, and Revelation said that this was going to happen, and soon you're going to have to take a chip and they're going to put it under your skin here, so or put it in your forehead, and we'll move further and further into a cashless society to the point where all they have to do next is just scan you. Remember during the pandemic how they used to test your temperature by your forehead? Okay, it's a theory out there that they will be scanning our foreheads. You want to go grocery shopping? We want to see if your credit good or if you have digital currency available to shop today, right? Your chip will be already implemented, put in under your skin somewhere in your palm or in here or in your forehead, and then they will scan your forehead like this and it'll tell them everything. SouFLo has $150. Okay, so I can go shop and get some grocery and stuff. Marissa has $20. She can still go shop, but she can't get that much. All these other things. All your banking information will come through your forehead or through your palm. These are the things that they're going to be telling you, right? Especially older people and church people. But what it is this is inevitable. This is something that we cannot stop, okay? The world is changing. Just like how the world changed, and I witnessed my grandmother going from her jitterbug buggy cell phone that you just flip open and it had the big numbers on there. You could hit those numbers blind. And she had to get used to a smartphone, flat screen, slide, touch screen phone, and she could not adjust to it. It's the same way how the world around us is going to be changing, and we will just have to adjust to it. Whatever agenda is already set, there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do to change that. So it makes no sense to get scared. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, family. How you doing this morning?
I'm good.
Talk to when man, you know you're up on the live. You sound like you just a wake up and a stretch and these things.
Yeah, the reason it's concerning is because to watch over the last century, what I should say, century and a half or so, like 150 years, to watch things develop. Because imagine, when my grandma was growing up, when she was growing up, it's like they had telephones to the wall, dial telephone. She go back countries, she never see them something there really.
Same.
But she comes to town, she does see some old car that having a cue ball and something there. Then when my mother was growing up, like when you were growing up, everything advanced a bit further. But between when you were 20 and now I'm 18, it's gotten so dramatic. Every day is something new. The other day, in China, they did a test of some nuclear fusion thing that they can make
the people that must say them can't hear you.
Amount of energy. I mean, everything is moving so quickly. It's concerning because what would happen in a situation where we accelerate quickly and things fall out of control? Something else to kind of says that the reason people are worried about a chip, worried about stuff like that, is because it all boils down to control and power.
Yes, true.
When you own, when a government has,
so you're talking about total control, right?
Yeah, because when you have control over currency, that's a big thing. When the US moved the currency base from based off of gold to fiat and based off of nothing, just moving around based off of faith and hope and dreams, it concerns people because it's like, what if it's part of control? It's done well so far. We still have everybody doing it now to this day, so it's doing well, obviously, but there's still a concern.
Hold on for a minute. Rajani says we shouldn't worry about chipping because they're already watching us. Okay. What I think the caller is talking about though is increased control, right? So we go one level of control to a next level of control, and then the control goes deeper and deeper and deeper until you find yourself at a total submission, right? And somebody is in control of every aspect of your life and every decision you make and everything that has anything to do with you. That deep level of control, right? So that's a whole different level right there. And that's where a lot of people are going to be scared because they're thinking that we're moving in that direction. Everything says we're moving in that direction, you know? And like you're saying on the phone right now, yeah, we're moving towards that direction fast, like Andrew also said. But people are concerned because we're going there so fast. And what if, things spiral out of control? And how far are they going to go with this? Because every other
Exactly.
week is something else, right?
Yeah, and the thing with the as a Christians believe in that stuff and with the Bible and stuff like that, it's not hard, even from way back in the past, not really hard to predict that somebody or some people would want to create that kind of system. It's not difficult. People today want that system
Right.
where everything is
Total
joined under
control.
one branch and everybody own one thing. It's not hard to predict that kind of stuff. It's really simple
Right.
to kind of imagine it, but get it seems difficult, but it's not as difficult as you think it is. The reason Jamaicans are going to be concerned, and even in the chat now, people may look on New World Order and look on stuff like that. You don't even have a system for make sure that we have adequate water supply. Yesterday, the other day I was calling my family back home. I couldn't even get through because there was no light. It's like you don't even have the basics.
So they're skipping
done.
past all the basics and getting into this stuff which looks radical.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's where I was concerned about too.
You know what this is? They've realized that because they are unable to satisfy the people, they're not getting a higher result. They're not getting the worship and adoration that they deserve, that they feel like they deserve. They're not getting the economic and political and social slavery towards the state as they feel like they need. So what they've done, they've said, okay, Jamaica in the next 30, 40 years might become like 80, things might come out of control. Before that happens, while there's still order, why don't we grab everybody by the neck? You want to deal with it, you want to buy something, you want to buy a car, you want to buy a house, you want to live here, you have to live on that. You have to work with our system. Right. That's why it's going to be cashless.
Right.
We are going to be able, if you're going to be disobedient, you're going to disobey the state, you're going to talk bad about us. If you go this way on social media, we see a post, okay, you lose five credit points. You're going to buy a house like next week, guess what? The house go sell it to somebody else. You thought that you had 1,500 in bank accounts? That just changed. Now it's what? 500.
Because you was unruly.
You can't touch it. If it's not done, control. I know something we advance in technology and get better and think can be positive.
Hold on. Wait. Stay right now, okay? Me no mean to cut you off, but boy, you take my mind on a journey. Listen this, right? So you can imagine, right? You say, for instance, you have $2,000 in the bank, right? And you know, you're a rebellious person, an outspoken person, so you are not seen as compliant as all others, right? And you imagine you show up to do business and your $2,000 turn into $200 and there's nothing you can do about it.
I mean, and stuff like that. As much as I might say,
because if it's completely digital, you cannot control it. Right now, if I have cash in the bank and I go and I notice that, say, the bank is doing too many mistakes with my money, I close out my account, I pull all my money out, physically hold my money in my hand and count every penny of it and say, okay, got my money back. I want to put it under my mattress, put it in a safe in my house, put it in my ceiling, put it wherever I want to put it, or put it in another institution. That's my control. But digitally, there will be absolutely no control because you can't touch it like you just said.
You can't even know. But look, even now, 2 examples. Look at hey, one text, one backlash, one thing. He just made a statement. Whether it's true or not, whether it's his opinion, whether he's going to mental health. Obviously, I feel like he is, but there's some other stuff mixed up in there. Within a second, not even 2 months, not even like a month, his money is gone. Everything shut down. Everybody who did the video, gone and left you. That happened to a person that was cash. 2008, when the financial crisis happened. All those people, millions of people, normal people, money gone. Your house, forget about your house, forget about everything that go that wipe out. And who did the government save? Wall Street. They didn't save the people. They didn't save the average people. So even with cash, it's tricky. That's why I say with fiat, people were concerned. How can you have a system that's not backed by anything when gold or silver and air and hope and dream? So when hope crash, everything you have is gone. But now with the cashless system, when you feel like say, oh well, I don't want to support government. I want to go somewhere else. I want to do something. If you step out the line in any way, you will be penalized for it. In China, it's happening. It happens every time.
Right.
Social credit score.
Right. I see that.
If you make a post, credit score gone down. You don't want to do something, you can't do it. Like, so it's a control mechanism that we're concerned about.
Okay.
It's inevitable, and we can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
But it's scary because we all saw this coming.
But still couldn't do nothing about it.
Yeah, we couldn't do nothing.
Right. We couldn't do a thing about it. All right, my brother. I appreciate your reasoning. Thank you.
All right.
Brilliant insight. Listen, we all saw it coming and couldn't do nothing about it. And then we're going to live in it and still can't do nothing about it. So, like I said before, when you pray for strength to accept the things you cannot change, right? And this is one of them. There's nothing you can do about this system. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, SouFLo. How are you?
I'm good, family. How are you doing this morning?
Every day above ground is up.
Wonderful day for sure.
Blessed.
Yes.
I agree with that young man. Tell us I love him, I got up him. I agree with him 100%.
Wonderful insight.
What people need to look into the most important thing.
You have it on speaker or something, because a whole heap of feedback from the background.
Hear me now?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, man, we hear you all the time, but you just have this feedback in your background.
No, I'm not have the speaker on.
You have us on Bluetooth or on anything?
No, I'm going to mute you.
I don't know.
It's that bad?
Yeah, we can't hear you still. Just the feedback, but go on.
I'm just going to wrap it up quickly.
All right.
What the most important thing everybody needs to look into? What if the system crash?
Yeah, that's feedback. But all right, go on. Say what I say.
What if the whole system crash? The other day in Canada, Rogers crash, and it affects everybody who is with Rogers company. Well, we have to go into the grocery store, and I'm lucky thing my husband have cash for him to pay for the grocery.
But I've heard a lot of Jamaicans complaining of recent time, like them go. So for instance, they go Western Union, right? Western Union run out of money. Them go to the bank. The bank can only issue them a certain. Imagine you put your money in the bank, and then you go one day and you say, all right, I'm going to pull out a 10,000 because I have some business to conduct. And the bank say, well, only today we can only give you 5. And you're like, no, but I want my 10,000 today. And they're like, well, sir, we're out of money for today. And this been happening. The ATMs running out of money as well, early.
I don't think the system will ever work.
You don't think
we're going to need cash?
You feel so?
We are going to need cash. Even my husband agree with that. We are going to need cash.
What I think will happen is I think people will go back to the barter system, or they will use cash on the underground. Like, two regular people, me and you from around there, so we might use our cash and keep the cash between us circulating on the underground. But they can easily make cash illegal.
Yeah, but SouFLo, say the whole world come now and say, okay, we're going to make cash illegal. What if the system crash? What will become of the people in the world?
We don't know, but we're going to have to live under them system, and then we're going to have to find a way to survive. I'm sure they are going to have a solution for if their system crash. Them not going to just set up a system and say, let's all go globally digital, and then it crashes and they're like, now we don't know what to do. I'm sure they have solutions.
Basically right now, me consider Canada cashless because everybody only use card. Really somebody use paper.
I want to tell you the truth. I rarely use cash.
Me?
I always tell people this. I say, if you're going to rob me, you're probably going to be practicing to rob somebody because you're not going to get nothing from me. I don't use cash. I barely use cash.
And my husband stand by cash.
Yeah, I rarely use
cash. Who always having cash.
Yeah, not me. Not me. I rarely ever use cash. If I'm going out for the night, like me, I go out on party or something, me pull out a little something and carry with me. Because, you know, you're in at the party, sometimes they're like, no, we don't do any cards. You just pay for your stuff. Or if you want to tip somebody, it's easier. I find it easier than to add a tip to. Because I don't want to change up my receipt. Where I put $20, they add an extra zero and take out $200 out my account instead of signed off. I prefer paying cash for that. But rarely do I ever use cash.
It's a scary thing.
Right.
That was the topic in my household. It's very scary. And I don't think Jamaica is ready for this. No time soon.
Well, they must say, ready or not, here we come.
Something is wrong with that prime minister. And these people, the people don't understand that they have control over the country, you know.
You know what? I used to think so. But I don't think so again. I honestly used to think so, but I don't think so again.
What you are doing, and we are going to shut down the country, and we are going to strike, and we are going to protest. We have to pull back your hand. You don't think it would work?
Okay, we talked about this before. Listen to me. We don't have that. That is speaking like, that's like me saying, imagine if everything was perfect in the world. Nobody raped, robbed, and killed, and everybody loved each other and got along just fine. That's a utopia that is imaginary. The same thing for if everybody in Jamaica should rise up and say, of course it would have worked. They would be forced to listen. You would make everything stop. But we can't do it. No, them not. The people have been conditioned to go along to get along for the longest. So the next thing that comes in, they're going to be right on board with it. Worse, remember, most Jamaicans are like more party. They're more participant than anything else. Like me a JLP till me dead, me a PMP till me dead. So anything their party leaders say goes. And that I go for them.
Myself, I never vote from the day I born. Whether yard or abroad. And I can't see myself voting for anyone.
Boy.
Because they're all the same.
Me vote. Me vote. But I'm just saying, end of the day, this is my main message for the morning. I don't want anybody to leave here feeling scared. What I'm trying to tell you, bottom line is this. It's like me being in the infantry, man, and I get my orders to march out. I can't back out now. I would hope one of them orders sent me to some place that was peaceful, where I was just going there to do a peacekeeping mission. But when I get an order to go into combat and I see other units coming out that have lost major, like a couple of soldiers or whatever, it hits different. But you know that you cannot control this. Put your uniform on, get your full battle rattle going, suit up, and it's time to ride out. It's the same thing I mentally apply to this. There's nothing we can do other than go with it.
He's saying he's going to help the people like we sell at the market, we're also on the roadside. Joel is not doing nothing.
Yeah, and I see people saying that the smaller, like the eagle of them, Bob Cosmic in here, of them, but you better use that cash. The man said, yo, Bob Cosmic is a clown, yo. The man said, better use that cash than wipe your body.
What's going to come of these people? Because you only have two classes in Jamaica, basically, as what the Prime Minister tries to convince people to say 3 class, which is 2. You have the rich and you have the middle class.
Well.
And they're his poor.
Well, nobody cares about the poor. That's the truth.
If you check some Jamaican people, right, and them don't even have a bank account.
Nobody cares about the poor in any society. Majority of the people, let me tell you the hard, cold truth, okay? Majority of the people in any society, whether it's in the United States of America, it's in the UK, in Canada, wherever we go, it sounds good to say, oh, I have such a soft heart. Give him $1. He looks like she's hurting. She has 2 children with her. What's going to happen to them? I care so much. but that's the full extent of their care. After that, I'll say a prayer for you. Peace out. And you're on your own still. Nobody really cares about the
Andrew
poor.
Holness is not going to help these people forever.
Nobody really cares about the poor, my friend. That's how I try to tell you. So if this is fittest of the fit survive. You and continue, or you fall side.
Make cashless.
Well, we'll see. We will see, because it's coming.
It's coming. It's coming for the whole world, but we just have to adjust.
Right.
Why be scared?
That's my point. There is no reason to be scared, because this is something you will have to live with. So the best thing for you to do now is figure out how to get along in that system. That's it. That's it. All right.
I feel them pain.
Manners and respect your feet. I didn't know what I would play. All right, family. All right.
Take the kids to me and tell your wife hi.
Will do. And same thing for you. Take care of that beautiful family of yours.
All right. Thanks, SouFLo.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah, so listen. Again, I don't want anybody leaving here. Oh my God, this is scary. Stop. I didn't do this. I didn't do this topic to scare anybody. This is to inform you of what's going to happen and what is happening, right? I called it already. From I seen these, the robberies kept coming back to back at the Barilli. The people, they're like the Brinks. And it kept happening back to back. And people, is somebody trying? This is myself a question. My disclaimer: I'm not trying to tell anybody that this is what's happening. This is me observing and asking myself. I said to myself, I said, I wonder if somebody is behind all this, that's pushing these well-trained guys to do this, to strike fear into the public, so that when they come out and say to us, we're going all the way cashless, people can say, yes, give to us, because now we don't have to worry about getting robbed. Now we don't have to worry about going to the ATM. And you putting up free Wi-Fi in my community where I can access my stuff online. But even that, total control, because they put up free Wi-Fi in your community, right? And you're happy with it until they decide to cut the free Wi-Fi. Now everybody in the community is offline. One whole community cut. Everybody in that community is offline. It has its pros and its cons, but it's not something you can control. So why worry? Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Is the connection much better?
The connection is getting better, yes. Some people are still complaining.
We come outside of the room. All right. With this cashless thing, remember, UIC, Mr. President, was telling us about this from 2 years ago. He was saying to you, this one don't have no manners, make us lot of make money. That is what is going to happen. They are pinching an inch. Pinching and next thing, the ruler about done, the 12-inch about done, and nobody now going to have no control. Remember this 2030 vision? The Jamaica right everything? How comes we don't pick up people's vision about 2030 or nothing and be happy? People will have to wake up. Either we read or listen to potent people with potent information, or not chat no bag crap, and we can analyze the services, because the whole of it chop and I don't want to that I am a conspiracy theorist.
If you want your words will create your mindset, you know. So when you start using words like trapped and doomed, you're creating a fear mindset. Me personally, I don't operate off of fear mindset. I have a thing about me where I don't know. I guess it's the U.S. military. I just run into shit. If it's I'm suiting up and I'm head on into the problem. We're gonna solve this problem when I get in the middle of this problem. That's how I look at stuff. I look on stuff like fear and doom and them trapped and
fear, because during this pandemic, when me that want to there's a little fear came at me, and you tell me me I go to go get my food, because if me not go get food, me I go get hungry. So don't make fear kill me. Me people from boats over here, and then I say, me pray to pray. You say you go out and get food. Who is going to do for you? And you're not old here, you don't belong to this system.
Asaren says fear will keep you controlled. Fear is a tool to hold you back, and it is. Don't move with no fear. You're absolutely right. Don't move with no fear. What is in front of us is what we're going to have to deal with. So there's no need to fear.
It is still a control system, and we have to look into it like that. Because when you get a vision, you have no input in it. How come it come onto you? That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
When Andrew got going, and that was handed to him. Oh, nothing. And be happy. So it's still a control system.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. But right? it's always been a control system. It's always been about controlling the people. Always. Now it's just getting to a deeper level of control, like I was saying before to the first caller. Right. And this is where people are starting to be concerned because they're like, okay, last week it was this week is this, next week is that. Yeah. How far are you guys gonna go with this? And how much of me and my life are you looking to control? That's where people's concern mainly lies, you know?
All right. One thing I was saying to you. Look, say a non-meditative little person step up to a cashier over here, so when I check that trim blend that car, you think there's not a cashier there to cash and say, I'm not saying there's not bank here, not closing, you know. But me, when people look around me and me see them the people that walk in a bank and that draw them money. All comes over Jamaica, Steve, Scotia, you know, if you on the ATM, on the ATM,
they're going. Andrew said it yesterday. They are going to shut down the ATM. Right. Soon there will be no ATMs.
Why is he so pushing this? All right, so we can do things as a first, third world country. Make a first world look for we, you know, just like we are leading a track and field, you know, and the world are look for we, you know. But this way where it's coming with, you can't access proper healthcare. As somebody who burn, if you don't have a burn unit, somebody who get shot in their heart, you don't have the machine to deal with that person to save his life.
Right.
Overseas, not to save them. That's what we're looking at. Why are you fast tracking this thing so much?
When there are more important things to be concerned about.
More significant, important things to deal with.
Okay, let me explain again. Whoever is rich, wealthy, or has access to, that's who the system alone care about. Nobody don't care about no whatever middle class or lower poor people. So all the things you just said, my friend, don't you notice that those people can fly out when any one of them family member gets sick on us? So they have access to all the stuff. We are talking for people who can't speak, so-called lower class, right? Them don't care about them.
Sit down, the people that sit down and you talk to them. But when they're locked in and they see that they don't want to move, they can't move because you're under total control. I don't know. We done for me as Jamaican. I dare me they mean to say we literally, figuratively, everything we are got done. Because you move one AK in your face by a uniform man, whether the military or the police, and take care of you.
I saw.
Yes,
Squid
that is
Games.
where it is going to be, because we're not uprising.
We head into Squid Games, or we head into like we head into Squid Games, or you say we head into like what's the other one called? Oh, that movie.
Honestly, me not to watch the movie. Although most of them you see them in a reality, you know.
Exactly.
It is so reality. Me don't watch them because when
Hunger Games.
They put themselves. All right. Let me say something to you again. Me hear you say one day. Where is the UIC? I'm gonna say something to you. The UIC is reaching people. Yes, you don't want to see them on the TV and feed them. But guess what? You're not going to see them.
No, me don't want. No. Stop. I don't want to see them on no TVJ, CVM, nothing. Those are major networks which we've already established. They are not for that. Right. They will put on all those who were in before, not them. We already know that. I'm talking about in a world we live in today, social media is the go-to. Okay? If you want to promote your business and you're not on social media heavy, you're just not working hard enough to promote your business. Social media is the way. So if I don't see you exploding on social media, constantly on social media, pushing whatever agenda it is you have, then you're not in the running.
SouFlo, I'm going to be honest with you. This is where I want to knock you a long time. He is me following extensively and exclusively. Because me not see you today at the same time, but not to say you don't work, but SouFlo.
I follow too.
He's here. He's there.
I follow too, and I share.
Right.
But there's no traction there.
Yeah, but look here, you carry the cow guard pan. Can you force it to drink the water? Me see some people all of that so shit about him. One man you that talk to one man and over here and not tell about oh you have business at Jamaica, but yet still in to come out what that thing and he tell us how one party my vote for Jamaica. And the woman say when he take the car, what you that thing, you
me hear what you're saying. Me hear what you're saying.
Trying to be ignorant to it. And this is, we never seen no party like this yet.
Okay.
That's why my body, heart, mind, and soul is, it cannot be at every demonstration.
Okay.
Because the work, Jamaica, you know when we say, want to see him in the demonstration, want somebody do one little thing wrong and they blame it. So them sitting in the ear like a drunkard that we find deadly.
Okay.
We put him out as negatively as possible. Look what happened. Look at the little demonstration where the boy told the woman out of the castle, come out of this. Now you remember that they placed it on him? It's a shame and disgrace and the white people. But the two big major network down there. That's what they print him on. So you have to be careful. He's strategically doing what he has to do. He's reaching people. He's going, yes, he may be slow, but look here, he said he's not going to have no news.
Okay, so let me ask you this. You think he's reaching people, right? So let's skip the race and get to the end result. You think he's reaching people. So do you think that in the end, he will stand or that party will stand victorious?
Let me be honest with you. A house don't build in a one day. Me
want to hear when the roll is called, who will be at the front? Will it be him? Cause you put in a lot of I believe and with and all this. I said to you, okay, so you believe that when it's all done, the end, that party will stand. The UIC will stand victorious. Because you say he's reaching people, and I'm telling you, he might reach people, but he not reach one heap of people.
He said if he won one seat, win one seat, he said he can keep the balance. So it's known. It will be known. So people will get have more knowledge of him. But nobody wants to go and look. The majority of us are ignorant. We don't want to open the information. And let me just say this again. Nothing is wrong with technology because I have to use technology to get along here. But the way it's being pushed in Jamaica, me not like it because I did look and I did say, not only what you say now, we say there's a thing going on behind those robbery in Jamaica. And it was to push an agenda. And I see so all the agenda them are push. I see so the whole of them are push.
All right.
So what do you think about it? What you have to say to me before it even come out?
May I go say it to the audience?
All right, then. May I go back and listen now?
All right. She want to know what me say. I've been saying the same thing all along. Let me take the call. So get everybody a chance this morning. Live on the air with SouFlo. Good morning.
Hi, SouFlo. How are you doing?
I'm good, family. How are you doing this morning?
Hanging in. Listening to you.
All right.
And this is pretty intense. I firmly believe that the current government in Jamaica is the last government. After this, I don't know what it's going to look like. A protectorate or God only knows. But what's going on now looks like a beta test. Since you can't control the population, you do what you have to do to get your agenda through. In addition, Andrew Holness has no pulse. He's been caught with his baggage around his ankle. Whoever is pulling his string has him and his whole party in nooses. They have to do what they're doing now. But that makes no sense. How are you going to bring a country like Jamaica into 21st century digital commerce, but you have people starving, living on land that's fertile? You forbid them from going. It makes no sense. You're so used to being the controller of a corrupt system. Somebody came in and caught him with his baggage on his ankles. Something else is going on. Something major.
And now he has to.
And if he has to do what they say.
With what?
He has to do what he's. Notice all his cronies are quiet. These robberies are executed precision. I mean, it is so orchestrated, it's not nauseating. And it's trying to avoid a civil uprising doing it this way. The government couldn't present this because the people would rebel. So you got to make the bad man or the robber, the scammer is behind this. So it's all illusion. 5 years from now, those of us that survive, whatever is going to happen, will look back at Jamaica and wonder what the hell happened from independence to now, because there never was a real independence. But yeah, Andrew and his whole posse got busted, and now they have to do what they're told to do. Listen to the nonsense that's coming out of his mouth. You can't put up hospitals. You can't take your population, education, but you want to change currency just like that. No explanation. What the hell is Miss Matty gonna do with her grocery store up in the country? You know what I'm saying? There's no damn electricity. How's she gonna run on digital? There's something else going on bigger than Andrew, and his backside is hanging out, and all of his people. Just watch and see what's gonna happen.
We're watching.
Because if they keep poking the bear, and they have to be careful, because one of these days when that bear wake up, everything gone. So they have to play it carefully. Andrew has to be the fall guy. He's been crooked for too long, and he got busted. So whoever has whatever on him, they're good to go. The agenda is gone. Don't be afraid of digital. We'll take care of Miss Matty. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be all right for Miss Matty. But watch what's going on above Andrew. Those are my thoughts.
All right. Thank you.
Kisses to you and the family.
All right.
Okay. Bye.
Listen. As the host, let me put my disclaimer out there. There's certain things that I just cannot say. But you know, I'm taking in these interesting viewpoints. And some of you have some very insightful thoughts, some very insightful viewpoints. And I'm paying attention. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all can read between the lines. It don't take much. Yeah, don't be afraid though. Don't be afraid, because it's the inevitable. What is going to be is going to be. What is, and there's nothing you can do to change it, right? So we're survivors. We'll survive through that too, whatever it is that comes, right? All right, one more call and we move on to the next topic. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, brother.
Morning, family. What go on?
Just like if you tune in a different time zone, you know?
Seeing.
Yeah, so me hear the last two callers were called, right?
Mm-hmm.
And me just I get to understand what the topic is about. And the first lady that was talking about the UIC, me get some of our points them. But
thanks for bringing me back to that, because it slipped my mind what I wanted to say to her about the UIC. But yeah, go ahead and say what you have to say.
Yeah, in my opinion, I understand what she's saying, and to me, she sounds like she's trying to convince herself to get more hope in the UIC. The UIC, me hear them plan, but them don't stand a chance.
Cinnamon Toast Cinnamon, right there. Right, everybody go read that comment that Cinnamon Toast Cinnamon just posted. Read that comment right there. I can't say much about I'm in between the lines, man, but read that comment right there. Sorry, brother. Sorry to cut you off. Go on.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so UIC don't stand a chance, not because they don't have a plan in place, but you know, Jamaican, man, we're broken. We are broken past no return, Umber. That's how me see it. You know, like when a woman in an abusive relationship and she's so traumatized.
Yeah, she just keep on going back to her abuser.
She keep going back for more. And I saw the Jamaican people in program right now, because they are being abused, and then most of them are get abused.
Yeah, I just said earlier though. I said the conditioning has already taken place, and it's been done for such an extensive period of time that the people will automatically go right back to whoever it is that is the figurehead of whatever party they are loyal to, put in place to lead. If they say up, everybody is just going to go up. If they say down, everybody's going to just go down. So there will be no huge rebellion. There will be no let's stand up and fight this because it can't happen and all this. It'll be get along to go along and go along to get along, just like, right?
Yes, yes, man.
Exactly, fam.
Exactly. And you know this thing where them say, the most rebellious slave, them did get sent to Jamaica. You know, like all of them slave descendant, they migrate and somewhere else gonna hit. You see it? We saw we get you see me I say? We get soft from it. As I said, there will be no rebellion. Nothing at all.
Let me tell you something, right?
The last caller, I agree with her 100%, youth.
I don't know.
This government and the last government. PNP no stand a chance again either.
All right, I don't know enough. I think at that part there had me. I think they're going to always put somebody as a figurehead in, but because they said the same thing about the US before. I remember when it was supposed to be the end of the world in 1999, when it was about to hit 2000. And when y'all remember that? And when the 2000 came in and then nothing happened, and they were like, no, it's because the calendar is off by a year. So 2001, and people were in fear again, bought up everything out the grocery store, stock up. Some people went underground and nothing happened. 2023, 23 years later, here we are, still here. So I've heard all these before. What's going to happen and what's going to end and what's going to die. And none of it happened. So a lot of the talk, yes, there's some truth in there and you can suss it out. But a lot of the talk is just some fear talk. That's why I was telling one of the callers earlier. I said, watch the words you use, because your vocabulary will create a mindset for you where you start living in fear. When you start using words like trapped and you know, them kind of words that fear, trapped, fearful, but this is beyond us. This is beyond us.
Oh, you see the thing is SouFLo. You see that all of that we just mentioned. That was with the first, like there's no way Andrew can mimic what the US is doing and be successful.
As in what? As in what?
The man a follow too much. The man follow US footsteps too much, and things when fear follow him now follow in the sense of crime. How can you try a digital cashless system? But you see the DNA is off the ground.
Yeah, and like the other, can you implement this digital cashless system? And yes, you're putting up Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi in all these communities, but one of the biggest problems is electricity goes out on a constant basis. So when the people can't reach the free Wi-Fi that you are giving them, they won't be able to reach their cash too. They won't be able to make transactions as well and all these things. And I also said, they give you that, a whole community is on. Everything is popping. Everybody is online. We're doing good. We love it. We just line up and we do a thing. Clip, a whole community is locked off. Clip.
I tell you that Jamaica not even have bank account, much less you got credit cash, you go deal with the transaction without cash.
Well, they're gonna have to go establish it. They're gonna have to go establish it. Some people are gonna fight it for a while, and they're going to be doing underground stuff for a while, but it won't last. It won't last. They're gonna have to go establish it. It is what it is, man.
Yeah, man. But I strongly believe, as the last caller said, Andrew strings are get pulled, you know.
I want to say so much more, but I won't. We can't say it.
Them strings are get pulled on bread. I tell you, man. I never get pulled hard.
Me just glad say. Me I laugh because me just glad say somebody see something that I've been pointing to, but can't say outright when need to be said.
Yo, from Andrew, you see from Andrew call unnecessary election in COVID, leading up to now. Everything with this man do questionable, you know. If you look, you know.
Brother.
Everything you do since then questionable. You see me? How ironic is it that you just get elected for Privy Council just out of nowhere, so. And then you start make some ridiculous decision to keep down the people and more and more. You see what I said? It don't add up. And you try to implement things where the country not ready for them, not have a backbone to deal with that yet.
Well, you know, he's the figurehead. He's the leader. So and he's going to lead according to how his leaders tell him to lead.
My youth. The man can't even control the people living in party, much less my youth.
All right, so.
You understand what I said?
Well,
so it's a very sensitive topic. This man, I tell you, say.
Yeah, we have to pussyfoot around it. I don't know if you see this big thing about pussyfooting in here, and we will no longer use the word pussyfooting in Parliament. There's a big thing going on in Jamaica right now about the use of the word pussyfooting. Go look on Gleaner headline this morning. But yeah, we have to pussyfoot around certain topics. Get the point across and move on.
As I said one time before, Jamaica is no longer for Jamaicans. And it's obvious. Anybody knows that, boy, I don't know what to tell them.
All right, sir.
You understand?
All right.
So, go and bless up yourself, brother.
Manners and respect, King.
Let them know that we're still watching. We are watching. Is it?
All right. See that?
Yeah, man.
Manners. Let me give you this before we go into the next topic. I don't know if you guys know who Charleston White is, but I saw a video yesterday of Charleston White dressed in the Dixie flag, you know, Confederate flag or whatever. And I was like, what is this? And he's surrounded by white men in the, you know, KKK Confederate flag stuff. And he's the only black guy in the room. He's sitting in a chair. And there's somebody interviewing him. And the person said, like, I'm gonna ask him, he was like, basically, yes, sir, I want to go back. I want to take my people back to the plantation. And a lot of people were like, oh, this sellout, I can't stand this man. Why is he on my news feed? I even blocked him and he still shows up. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. I'm looking into his crazy skit. And something dawned on me. When we were on a plantation, and shortly after we were released from plantations in this Western Hemisphere, we really cared for each other. We really looked out for each other. Now we are so far removed from the plantation, we kill us more than any slave master killed slaves on the plantations. So he was like, yo, we safer on the plantation because we were dying less on the damn plantation. Hey, take it however you want to take it, man. My message with that is, don't nobody really care about us. And the worst part is we don't even care about us. And I know it's hard. It's a hard pill to swallow. But in the world in which we live, it has come to every man for himself. Okay? No matter how sweet you hear that unity talk is and that solidarity standing and hold hands and kumbaya talk is, it's every man for himself at the end of the day. So with that said, we'll move on to another topic that is going to be probably just as touchy. Just as touchy. Let me breeze over this one real quick. So there's a man who served in the military in the US. He did exactly what I did. Okay, he was an infantry soldier / squad leader. I was an infantry soldier. I was a team leader in combat for a rifle team, infantry. He's on a subway. A man comes on a subway. He's a white man. A man comes on the subway who's a black man. And the man that comes on the subway is disturbed mentally. I don't know if y'all see this around. This is the guy who strangled the man to death. Okay. The man gets on the subway. It's a black man who has a long history, documented history of mental health. Let me just read the story to you instead of telling you my way so you get a full understanding. Okay, so New York Post, right? A fundraiser for Daniel Penny, that's his name. That fundraiser hit $2 million yesterday. $2 million yesterday, Sunday, with his attorney saying that donations have kept rolling in even after the $2 million because the subway chokehold case has struck a chord in the psyche of people across the country. So the legal defense team fund for Penny, the 24-year-old former Marine who's charged with manslaughter in the death of this homeless man named Jordan Neely, has hit the $2 million mark yesterday. The outpouring of support is there. A lot of people are calling him a hero. The message is being sent by massive showing of support is that any attempt to undermine the right, duty to protect another against threat will be challenged. This is him holding Neely on the train. Right? Now, let me explain a couple of things to you and tell you what the lesson is. I don't even want to stay on this for too long. Yeah, I like that comment, Dorothy T. Let me explain a couple of things to you. I don't want to stay on this one for too long. Okay, first of all, right, the guy gets on the train and he was on the train. Neely is 30 years old. Danny is 20. Daniel Penny, the guy who choked him to death, is 24. He looks much older, but he's 24 years old. He put a 30-year-old in a chokehold, chokes him to death. He actually held the homeless man. Now, this one, he actually held the homeless man in that chokehold for 15 minutes on the F train. He has been charged with second-degree manslaughter as of Thursday, May 11th. He was held. His bond, after hitting $2 million, of course, on GoFundMe, his bond was $100,000 and he was released because he had the money to pay the bond, right? Here's the thing. You cannot take the law into your own hands. When the man got on the train, the man wasn't physically threatening anybody. He did not have a weapon in his hand, not even a pen to say he could poke somebody in the eye. He didn't have a weapon or anything in his hand. He actually got on the train and he was saying stuff like, I'm losing it and I'm hungry. I need food. I don't have any food. I need water. I'm thirsty. That's what he was saying. It wasn't like he saw him with a knife and he was like, oh my God, there's a lady right there. Is he going to cut her? Let me go grab him and put him in a chokehold. He strangles this man. The man is dead. Me and this guy has the same background. Do you think that if we switch this around, some old white vagrant came on the train and I'm hungry. I need Food. I'm thirsty. I need water. I'm losing it. If he kept doing that, right, and I feel triggered on the train and I grab him and put him in a chokehold, do you think that the headlines would read SouFLoTV, which they would put my real name instead? Former U.S. Army infantry combat veteran, blah, blah, blah. He's a hero. Do you think that's what they would say? Faye Shepherd. Faye, I would be under the jail for real. I'll be under the jail because that's the first thing the police tell you is you can't take the law into your own hands. Now, the fact that Neely, and I'm sorry, him being a Marine has nothing to do with what he did on that train. What he did on that train has nothing to do with him being a Marine. We're not allowed to go do military service and then come home and strangle somebody on the train who is in distress and then get called a hero for it. If this person was about to stab up a pregnant woman or a woman on the train and he dove in and saved the day and put him in a chokehold and he died, that would have been a hero. The man just came on the train. Have you ever been on a train in New York, by the way? Because I lived there for 7 years. I used to ride the train all the damn time. The train is crazy, okay? Especially from going like from Brooklyn into Manhattan. The train is damn crazy. And don't go late night. You see all kinds of stuff on the train. Some of the stuff you just got to be like this and be like, oh, God, I can't wait to get to my stop. What the hell is that? You see all kinds of stuff on there, and there's all kinds of people on there. And everybody knows that New York has a large population of mentally ill people that are always trained. You have choices, though. You call the police because your phone works. You call the police, you tell them what train you're on, when's the next stop, or you get off at the next stop, or you move to a next cart. But you have choices. You don't just grab somebody, put them in a chokehold, and choke them to death. So the fact that they're making him out to be a hero is crazy. Also, the fact that his GoFundMe hit $2 million in a short space of time. It shows you what? It shows you, because our GoFundMe don't do that. Our GoFundMe don't do that. The other day when the little African-American black boy went to go pick up his siblings, Ralph, and he went to go pick up his siblings, and that old white man shot through the door, shot him in the head, shot him a couple more times, and he had to run for his life and whatever. His GoFundMe hit $1 million overnight, right? No time or whatever. That one was losing his life, and the old white man was definitely wrong. GoFundMe is set up for us to help each other, not just in desperation, but also if you fund somebody's idea, if you believe in their idea. I have this invention, or I have this restaurant I want to open, or I have this business, or I have this clothing line, or I have this whatever. It's people that believe in you with funding, not necessarily for these situations, but it works well in these situations as well. When I look at this, this shows me we don't stand together, because if that was me, my African-American or my black community would have never had my GoFundMe looking at $2 million. Somebody would have been sitting on the side saying, damn, it reached $150,000 already. This ninja about to get rich. Damn, it hit 250. Yo, I'm not putting no money in there. He about to get rich. They're running his GoFundMe up, my friend. It passed 2 million, and his attorneys said the money just keeps coming in. Governor DeSantis, Florida Governor DeSantis, front page news yesterday. Let's stand behind and back this hero, Marine. He didn't say, yo, you can't take the law into your own hands. I understand, blah, blah, blah. You can't take the law into your own hands and just strangle somebody. It's just like when I go to the gun classes and the instructor gives me the scenario. Remember I spoke to y'all about this? And he said, if your neighbor Your neighbors, you have a little dog over at your house. Your dog sometimes poops on your neighbor's lawn. Your neighbor, today you pull up in your driveway, you're pulling your groceries out your car trunk, and your neighbors come storming across the grass. Now they're on your grass. He's up in your face. He's like, I'll fucking kill you. Take your nasty ass dog, get it off my damn lawn. Your dog keeps sitting on my lawn. And you pull your firearm and you fire. Are you justified? I said yes. He marched across his grass, my grass. He's now on my property in my face, behaving in a threatening manner, using threatening language. He said, people can say anything with their mouth. Doesn't mean they're going to hurt you. We hear people say it all the time. That's what the instructor said to me. I'm still trying to figure out how. He marched while he was approaching me. That was threatening. This is my space. Why is it not respected? He says, yes, but you can't kill somebody for marching on your grass. What was I supposed to do then? I don't know, run inside, call the police. Wow. So this man just randomly gets annoyed on the train. For anybody who has a phobia of any kind, right? It just gets claustrophobic. So with some crazy person who's hungry, I want water, I'm thirsty, I haven't had any water, I'm losing it. They keep repeating that type of stuff, and it gets to you to where you feel like it's okay for you to just get up and just strangle this man. Put him in a chokehold. I didn't mean to kill him. Daniel Penny is not a hero to me. This is not what a hero is. He broke the law big time. And this will now set the precedent for what happens next, because people will now be able to go to court and their attorneys will point to the Daniel Penny case. He got off. So can I. So when did breaking the law become something to be rewarded for and call a hero for? We get to just jump up and choke people out now, kill them? Or is this privilege because of who he is and who it happened to? Y'all think about that. Let's move on to this last one for the morning. I said I didn't want to dwell too long on the Daniel Penny stuff. By the way, I respect his service because he did serve. He served honorably and he did some real ish. But I don't know, maybe he was triggered. He might have been. He might have been triggered. But we can't come home and do that and get to just walk away. Kat says, so we're just pretend like people aren't being attacked constantly on the subway. One has nothing to do with the other, though. You can't shoot a man down in the streets and then say, well, people attack people all the time. Your ass is going to prison. Was he attacking you? That's the question. Not, oh, so we're just going to pretend that people don't get attacked all the time on the subway. Of course they do. But in this situation, he wasn't attacking anybody. And this is the situation we're dealing with. Right? I also think he was triggered. Veronica Gale. I think he was triggered as well. Sometimes you think you put them demons behind you and you didn't, you know, and that's why it's important for a lot of us to like learn our triggers. And they keep changing. Not changing, but you keep adding to the list. It'll be something else. I remember when I came back from a deployment, one of the things that kept happening to us was they would put the IEDs in the sidewalk and they would move out a piece of a sidewalk and they would plant the IED in the piece of the sidewalk and they would put the whole sidewalk back and they would detonate that IED from a distance where we couldn't see them, right? So our convoys that we traveled in used to go out 4 vehicles deep, 50 to 100 meters apart, each vehicle. And we're ready for contact, right? And one of our vehicle line up next to the sidewalk and they will not detonate it until it hits about the middle of your convoy. Because if they hit the front vehicle, then everybody could go back this way. It probably won't be much casualty. If they hit the middle of the convoy, they just separated your convoy. Now you have some over here, some over there, strategic kind of stuff. But one of the things that they did was the sidewalk thing, and then they would put it in garbage bags. And I remember when I came back, I'm driving down the street, just a regular old street, and it's quiet as hell in these streets here. And I remember a white garbage bag rolled into the street, and I did some maneuver, and it was one of my oh shit moments, you know? So his stuff could be deeper than just black and white. It could be deeper than just black and white. You know, if they put it in black and white, though, it's a white man that strangled a black man to death on a train and then he gets away. Then it's going to be black and white. But if we start to look at it like it's a vet who has been through some things and he was probably triggered, it brings a whole different kind of meaning to it. I don't know. But I'm saying what he did was not heroic. The guy wasn't attacking anybody. Therefore, it was not heroic. Cinnamon Toast Cinnamon says there is help for us when we feel we are affected by PTSD. Although you may get triggered, you also snap back and realize what you are doing. Yeah, Cinnamon Toast Cinnamon. I'll close that part out by saying some people, there are different levels to PTSD because different people did different things, right? Like if you were in the mailroom or you were in finance or you were in the kitchen and you never really witnessed much, yeah, you saw soldiers coming in after we left the FOB, coming in injured. You know, when the convoy get hit and you got to come back in, and we're racing back to get back into the FOB to get some medical attention for our personnel or whatever. You witness all that. You see your fellow soldier on the floor. You see blood everywhere. You see the medics going into work. You see you are heightened with fear and all that. That's different from somebody who actually went out on missions, did stuff they can't talk about, run into a house, and the first thing moved, he shot it. Bow, and realized it was a kid. And you just shot this kid in the face. But nobody is going to prosecute you here. The goal is to clear this building, get who we came to get that's on this list, and move out. So we did that. But then you get back home. And that discharge, now you're around your kids. You could be like, oh, I'm lucky. My kids are alive. My kids are healthy. And then your conscience starts to ride you. God's going to make you pay for what you did to those people's child. That child was no threat to you. Wait till your kids start to die or something bad happens to them. Or now it's hard to explain, but there are different levels to it. So yeah, there is help out there for us. But there are some people who require a whole different level of help. Some people who require a whole different level of help. They are severely traumatized. Just saying. I don't know what he did. I don't even know if he was in combat. I looked up his background. It says he was deployed once to the Mediterranean. He's only 23 years old or 24 years old, so he wasn't in that long, and there ain't really any conflicts going on in the last couple of years that's outstanding, unless he was over in Afghanistan. But then again, he was Marine infantry, and he was attached to an expeditionary unit. Or exploratory, so they probably went ahead and forged into some other stuff that we don't even know about yet. I can't speak for his experience and why he might have been triggered on that train, but I'm thinking his experience might have had something to do with him being triggered on that train, because the person he killed was not doing anything to anybody. That part. All right. The last one I want to talk about this morning. Y'all can have fun with this if you want to. Let's not make it too serious, right? Why do black women get hostile in the comment sections towards black men? who have white girlfriends or white wives. Yet these same black women, they praise and they admire other black women who have white husbands and white boyfriends. Do y'all notice that? Let me give you a good example. A good example. When you take your German husband to Jamaica and he fits right in. This is one Ika Traveler. One Ika Traveler, I'm not using your video to say anything derogatory about you or your husband before I use the people's content. I have to get this clear, put my disclaimer out there. I'm using your comment section to make a point, right? And my disclaimer is I don't care who people are with. I don't even care if you gay or you straight or you bent, lean. I don't care if you're with black, white, Chinese, Hispanic, a tree, a monkey. I don't care. All that stuff means nothing to me. I'm talking about this observation of mine. You know, I was saying to myself, I was like, boy, the black woman, them going like them want all the white people for themselves. Because it's okay for them, but it's not okay for black men. And they're hostile online with it. I have examples here that I'm about to show you. So, Wanika Traveler, if anything, go follow her on Instagram because she travels a lot and she does these travel vlogs, right? I'm just using her comment section, but I have to show you the video in order to use her comment section. So this is her and her German husband, and it says, I'm going to read that caption for you. It says, when you take your German husband to Jamaica and he fits right in. Okay. And that's them in Jamaica. And I don't want to play the music that's playing in the background. Right, that's her and him, right? He got his German flag in his back. He's in Jamaica. He's enjoying carnival. You know, he's enjoying the food and whatnot. He didn't fit right into me. He kind of stood out, especially right here. Especially right there. He actually really stood out. But that's them. That's them, right? Okay. Watch the comment section. Watch the comment section. These are our women. Watch the comment section. Hold on. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Let me go through this first. The comment section under this video is like this. Let me turn this down. Bring him at the cookout, yes. Me love when people not afraid to enjoy themselves, you know. 864 likes to that one. 864 likes. Nick 290, a next woman, and their faces are all in there. A next woman, does he have a brother or an uncle or a cousin or a play cousin? 733 hearts, likes to that comment. Even Bobby Conda's over here. Bobby Conda's on Jabba. But, you know, Bobby Conda's, you know, film thing already. He's a black woman in there with his children are mixed. He loves seeing the unity. Nothing wrong with it, right? That's not the point of my argument. Next one. He was really vibing, but the German flag is sending me, not him repping like it was the West Indies flag. Another person. Okay, but Bob is even walking Jamaican. I cannot. Crying, laughing face. He's even walking Jamaican. These are all women, all black women. Another one. Did he get a 5-second dance pass with others? What were your dance rules? You know, like at the carnival and you wind up on something real quick and then you stop. Right. So she's asking, did he get the 5-second dance pass? Like you're not allowed to dance with anybody for more than 5 seconds, honey, kind of stuff. If you wind on it too long, I'm going to get vexed. Right. Another one. I'm Jamaican. My husband is Scottish and our household is officially Scotland Yard. And next one. German Jamaican here. I approve this message. And next one. His little German flag swinging is so cute. And the next one. This is awesome. For some reason, I love this. I love this. I love Jamaican culture the most. The music, the food, friendly, welcoming people. Just love it. Love the island. Here's another one. Black woman. This gives me hope. Taking my melanin deficient gentleman to Notting Hill Carnival for the first time in August, that's coming, praying that he has as much fun as I always do. Here's another one. Oh, he knew what he was getting into when he met you. It was the culture that he was attracted to. I love this. And the list goes on and on, right? Okay. No, nothing bad to say about her at all whatsoever. Big up to her. I love the comment section. All big up on everything. Now we fast forward to this one. Change of dynamics. It's a black man with a white woman, right? UFC middleweight champion Israel Adesanya. Y'all know Israel Adesanya. Most of you probably do know him, especially if you watch UFC fights and whatnot. He's a warrior. He's a real good fighter. Anyways, Israel Adesanya, the headline says his ex-girlfriend is taking him to court for half of his wealth because she said that she dated him too long and he's supposed to give her some of his earnings because she was there at a point in his life when he wasn't making money yet. First of all, there's no grounds to sue. You're a girlfriend. You were passing by. We ended the relationship before I got famous, right? Or when I got famous, I decided we didn't need to be together anymore, right? All right. Here is black women in this comment section. All right. Good for him. Them love run down white gal. Then them start make little change. 105 hearts to that one. Next comment. Now skip no comment. I'm reading right through them. Next comment. Playing in the snow comes with a cost. Good luck. Next comment. I that him forget. Them love snow bunnies too much. Next comment. Yet they still keep running to get a Caucasian on their arm. Another black woman. All of these are black women. Next comment. These men don't learn with these white women. I hope he banked in his mama's name. Next comment. Yes, man. Take half of everything. Them black Tanya. Them love too much white gal. Yes, man. Take half of everything. Them black Tanya. Them love too much white gal. Common sense goes saying, wait, you a girlfriend. You taking him to court because you dated him for too long when he was broke, and now that he's famous, you feel like you're a part of his wealth. Yes, take everything. I not them forget. Listen, these are black. Take everything. Too many women sit and bill black men, and then they go and they leave you after you invest so much time, etc. I hope she get it. I'm having no sympathy for him. Next one. If a social guan, imagine, so now this is a guy that's gonna say, if a social guan, no, imagine if them did actually get married. Ja. It's only a man over here that's gonna speak some sense. Black woman again. 2 lessons here. White ain't always right. And stop investing in the man's career. You ain't got nothing in writing to get your return on your investments. Next one. I don't have a thing for say. That's Dimples chick. I don't have a thing for say. I hope she get it. A next person. Me like how she white. Don't be surprised when she win. A next person says, and to think they said that black women are gold diggers. And the list goes on and on and on. It's just black women with these comments. So my question is, why do black women get hostile online in comment sections towards black men when they see these black men with white girlfriends or white wives? But these same black women, they give praises and admiration to other black women who have white husbands and white boyfriends. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Yeah, hello.
Good morning. Live on
Okay.
here.
Yeah, good morning, SouFLo. Good morning, everyone.
Morning, family.
I would say, in my opinion, right, SouFLo, I don't know about any other black woman. I know I'm getting a feedback. Hold on. Yes, but me, why when I see a white with black woman with a white man, I think, yeah, because for years now, black men been dating white women and white women and Hispanic women pop style on black women. Like, oh, he wants her to wear basically that they keep showing up. While black women and at one point never wanted white
Man, why your phone breaking up? I want everybody to hear what you're saying.
I don't know, SouFLo, and I'm standing in one place. Hold on, let me see something. Give me 1 second, don't hang up.
Okay.
Let me see something. Yes, because I really want you to hear this. I'm still breaking up.
You're clear now.
Yes, SouFLo. So that is why. Because we never wanted, even Jamaican women. I never wanted an American guy. It's not even black. I never wanted an American, a Guyanese, a Trinidad, no Jamaican man. So when all these exotic women start popping style in our face with our black men, and our black men keep saying, oh, we don't want any black women, they're trifling, they're this, they're that, they're that. So in my opinion, I don't know about any other black woman, but for me, that's the reason when I see a white man and a black woman, I say, yay, go girl, because we're tired of it. What do you have to say about that?
What me have to say about that? Okay, a couple of things. First of all, now you bring it back to who started this first. And if we must go, if we must go all the way back, right? It was the black woman who was doing it first out of survival, plain survival. So at one point you were in the shed, right? Out in the fields, the slave quarters, and you had no rights. So master would come over and he would do what he wanted to do with you. Tonight is backers and head. You're gonna do backers and head where you never done it before or not. You're gonna learn tonight. Do it. Right? You didn't have a choice. And then it got to the point where when your offsprings, he would breed you. You would swell up belly and have babies. And then he started having a heart for his offsprings because he's like, yo, it's rough out there in them fields. Let's take the offsprings inside. This is where we got split into field niggas versus house niggas. And we knew that the house niggas were light-skinned. We knew that the house niggas were light-skinned and they were looked biracial kind, right? So then that was set in our mind then. Then the black woman started saying, listen, this is purely our survival. I'm not blaming her. She then started saying, it's better to be with a white man or somebody that is mixed because society is going to treat them better. I don't want my children to ever go through what niggas go through. So naturally, she started telling, and it lasted even into my childhood growing up. I would hear black women tell their daughters, "Now bring no picky black boy in there, no, but I go breed for no ugly black boy come. I don't want no ugly grand picky with no picky head." She was telling her daughter to go find a white boy and breed for, or at least one of the little Indian boy them or something for breed for. So it was embedded in that way. But if we should say who started it, y'all did, and it was out of survival, and we were left out in the cold because we were already dehumanized in front of you to let you know that no matter how powerful we might seem, that we are still not powerful enough to protect you, and that burnt into your psyche. So you started saying, he can't protect me. Whether you say it verbally or you think it in the back of your head, he can't protect me. I'm better off protected with a white man. My children are going to be treated better if they're mixed or biracial or whatever. So I want pretty little red baby with curly hair. So nobody start with this. Nobody start with the black man started stuff.
But you know, almost 100 years ago, we don't know nothing about. I'm talking about in my lifetime, what I see.
And I connected it all. I connected it all.
All of these guys say these things.
But I connected it all, my friend. I connected it all.
Well, in my eyesight, no SouFLo. In our lifetime, I'm talking.
And I'm talking
guys
in my
went there first.
Too.
You guys went there first, man. Black men start dating white women first, also, man. Don't deny it, man. We didn't want white man because we said they got little teeny wheelies. As you would say, teeny wheelie, you're talk bad. You understand me?
Yeah.
So so we never want them until we do it out of spite. That's my thing. We did it out of spite. To be honest.
You are speak for you.
Yeah,
you are speak for you. You can't speak for all of. So we think how you feel. And you feel like
that is true. You know,
so you up on social media. So you up on social media and leave your comment them because that's how you feel. All right.
A black woman and tell you what she thinks.
All right. So listen, that is you because you up on social media across black man and then big up the black woman and we do the same thing. Here's my thing. I don't feel to cuss any of them. You with who you with. And I respect who you with, as in that's your choice of somebody to be with. End of story. Into the whole, I find it hypocritical to see the same people on one post where it's a white woman with a black woman with a white man, and they're like, girl, one of them said, does he have a cousin, a brother, an uncle, even a player cousin? It's like she has script all the way down to the bottom of the barrel. No cousin not in there. No brother, no uncle, no nothing in there for me. Boy, I mean, that take one too, your own look nice, I'm like, wow. And then you're over here on the black man stuff. Yeah, them love white woman too much. Yeah, I hope she cough for all them things. She take the whole light. Yeah, I'm like, where does this equal up? Where's the same energy? How about you just say, hey, man, she can't get any of his money. She was a girlfriend. They were never married. They have no contractual agreements. The relationship went sour. It's like you look up one day and your broke boyfriend where you used to support is suddenly a multimillionaire over there, so in one next part of the world. And you're vexed now because you didn't believe in him when you were with him, kind of thing, right? Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning, SouFLo.
Good morning, family. How you doing?
Very good.
All right. Talk to us now.
Anyway, I have a story about this topic.
Okay. Make us understand. Talk to us.
Okay. Yesterday, 2 weeks ago, there is this person in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
He tried to hook me up with a female. She was about 35, I'm about 36. No, 35 I am. So we start talking. So we talk. She wants to move too fast. She wants me to send her about $300 and all like this. And we need to wait.
The people are saying they can't understand you, and I myself am trying to follow your story, but I can't understand it.
Okay, sorry. Can you understand me now?
No, I can hear you. I just can't understand your story. Deal says repeat what you said from the beginning.
Okay, this man in Jamaica.
There was this man in Jamaica.
And he tried to hook me up with one of his friends.
Try to hook you up with one of his friends.
His female friends.
His female friends?
Yes.
Okay.
She was a black Jamaican. I like a black Jamaican
she
female.
She was a bad Jamaican. You like bad Jamaican females.
No, female, black.
Right. She was a black Jamaican, and you like black Jamaican females. Okay.
Yes.
Got it.
So she was trying to move too fast.
Oh, she was trying to move too fast.
On the fourth conversation, we talked for about half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted to come to the U.S. She wanted me to pay her so much money. I said, I don't have the money now. We have to wait 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
The man called me and said she in the hospital and she needs $400.
Mm-hmm.
And you need another $400.
400 US.
Yes.
You got chopped. Okay, yeah.
Yes. So I say I cannot do it.
Oh, okay.
So she unfollowed me on Instagram. And she blocked me on WhatsApp. So he called me with this another female.
Another female?
And yes.
That's not your friend.
Okay, no. But this one she was a little bit close to my age. And she was sexy.
Okay. But she was black too?
Yeah.
So he got another sexy black he got another sexy black Jamaican female for you. All right. I'm following. I'm following. What happened now?
So we end up talking. So we talked, and then she said, "Can you cash at me?" I said, "For what?" She goes, "Can you cash at me for lunch? I'll pay all these people with a lot of money." I said, "How much?" She said, $100 US. I said, "Sweetheart, I know I have no cash app." So she said, "This is what we need to do. You need to be my friend. You wasting my time. And I will call you." So in the morning,
they'll call you when they need something.
I got to text her, "Yo, God bless you. You know, have a nice day." She texted me back. She said, "Listen, Daisy, you do this one more time, I will block you on Instagram and WhatsApp."
And you just sending good morning, God bless you, have a nice day.
Exactly.
You need me to spell this out for you, or you got it now?
I get it now.
You got it now?
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, you know what time it is. Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. All right. That's what you wanted to share with us?
Yeah, what.
Okay, listen, yourself. You know what that was. It's called chopping. Okay, and I'd even start looking at that keep introducing these people to me, because your friend might be trying to cut. Yeah, you get the money and we split it. Ask for 100 and send me 50. I'm just telling you. So even look at your friend.
No, I text her back. I said, "Look, after we date for 4 months," she said, "No. I'm wasting my time."
Yeah, $100 a month. 4 months for $400. Pay up.
Yeah.
All right, family. Stay safe out there, here, and be careful. All right.
maybe one of you survivors will give me a call. Anybody in the chat?
Anybody in the chat?
Yeah, any Jamaican woman.
Any Jamaican woman in the chat will give you a call. I don't know. Let's see. She said maybe one of these Jamaican women in the chat will give her a call. She need a companion. She need a companion. We'll see. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Man, somebody in the chat not chop you. Hey man, listen, you can't be desperate out here these days. And even if you are desperate, you can't be letting your desperation show. I'm not going in no damn chat talking about maybe somebody in the chat could give me a call. It'll be a next chopper. She'll probably be like, you heard what she said? We dated for 4 months. They never saw each other. The person is in Jamaica. This is online. Okay. And at the end, the person asked for 400 US and she wasn't able to pay it. They say, you wasting my time. The same friend brings another one, and the other one asks straight off the bat for 100 US. And she said she don't have it. And she was like, well, listen, this is what we're going to do. We're going to be friends, right? But I'll call you. I'll call you. You know, you remember them job interviews? Don't call us. We'll call you. Yeah, or that's how they used to let you go off the job. Teresa Smith, come to the manager's office and they'll be like, just go ahead and take the rest of the week off. And when we reset the schedule, we'll let you know. Don't call us. We'll call you. You just got fired. Don't call us. We'll call you. So we're going to be friends, but don't call me. I'll call you. She said she just texted to say, have a nice day, God bless you, in the morning. She said, if you do this shit one more time, I'm cutting your ass off. If you do this shit one more time, I'm cutting your ass off, dog. Who's gonna tell you they're cutting you off because you said, have a nice day, God bless you? If you do this shit one more time, I told you don't call me, I'll call you. I'll call you when I need something, like that $100 you were supposed to send that you didn't. You got the $100 yet? Nah, okay, we can't talk. Wasting my time. I don't know. People out there hurting, man. There's people out there feeling lonely. There's people out there that want somebody to love them, that kind of stuff. If you got somebody that loves you right now and love you for you, just consider yourself to be a lucky human being. I know a lot of people out here think, oh, I'm shapely and I'm sexy, or I go to the gym and I work out and I'm buff and I'm this and I got money, and you don't have somebody to love you for you. You don't. You have people that love you for your things, and if your things go, they go with it. You have people that love you because your body shape nice and you give up the gook gook gok gok. And if your body should change tomorrow in an accident or anything, you don't have that same love again. Okay? If you have people in your life today, that's somebody that loves you for you, you're lucky. You doing it good. You blessed. Right? All right. Back to this though. Let's wrap up this morning on this topic. Why do black women get hostile online in the comment section towards black men who have white girlfriends or wives? Yet those same black women, they praise and admire other black women who have white husbands and boyfriends. Here's the thing. I'm trying to see what my audience had to say, and I have no answer, no angle of argument about it. I have biracial children myself. I go with who loves me. If you loving me right, then I'm loving you back right. And it might end up being where we make babies and all that other good stuff, right? If it fall apart, it fall apart. If I'm with black, I'm with black. If I'm with white, I'm with white. I just find it hypocritical. And I just wanted to tell the sisters to stop it. But I wanted to try to get some understanding as to why they do it. Vicky called in. She said, this is why we do it, because y'all been doing it for the longest and forced us to have to go do it because we didn't really want them. But since y'all did it so much, we might as well. And I try to explain, because she says, what's my answer? And I tried to explain that let's not go into the who did first what. Yeah, y'all did it first, but you did it out of a necessity. You did it out of survival. You did it out of being forced to, but you did do it first. You understand? And that's what it is. And the same thing trickled down into today's life as we live it. Vicky said, she don't want to talk about a lifetime thing before we bond. She want to talk about in our lifetime. And it's the same mentality that trickled down. That's why in my lifetime, I was able to hear black mothers telling their black daughters, now bring the ugly baby coming here now. And I want you bring one of them black crusty boy there with the nappy head coming in our house, you know. Picky head boy them in our house, you know. Make sure so when you breed, you breed for one of them light skinned boy there. Preferably one of the white boy them. Get some nice little red baby with curly hair and them thing. I've heard this straight out their mouth to their daughters. So hey, it ain't about who started it. It ain't about who started it. So y'all just leave the brothers alone, man. Because y'all out here doing the same damn thing, okay? And at the end of the day, my message is love on who the hell is loving on you. Life is too short. Life is too short to sit around talking about I'm waiting on the perfect black woman and a beer skettel and crab me a pick up. Then they're going to tell me, but something is wrong with you. That's why you keep making the wrong choices. Well, it's a luck of the draw. You don't know. You don't know, right? I don't want to be gone tomorrow and I've never experienced love. And I'm not sitting around waiting on one type, because not one type possesses love. Shout out to the sister whose video I used. Y'all go follow her for me, please. Big her up. We're in our union. I don't business. It's not an obstacle for me at all. One love to each and every one of you tuning in. As soon as I hang up this phone, I'm about to go call Spectrum again, and this time have them work out the kinks so we live with no or less buffering. All right? Manners and respect to you. Have a wonderful day. Be good to yourself. I'll see you tomorrow morning if God spare my life. I'm out. Peace.